past videos, we've talked about Moses and his life. He was born as a Hebrew boy during a time where he wasn't supposed to be alive. They wanted to kill the Egyptians where he lived, wanted to kill all the Hebrews. Yet God made a way for Moses to be used for his good. Moses left the land of Egypt after he was scared because the Pharaoh wanted him dead. And then God called him to save his people, to save the Hebrews from the land of Egypt. Now, would Pharaoh allow the Egyptians to just set the Hebrews free? Probably not, and Moses knew this, so when God told him that, he was pretty scared. Moses was scared because he wasn't good at talking. Just like how some of us aren't very good at getting our thoughts into our words, Moses was that same way. But God told Moses that he would use him, and not only would he use him, but he would use his brother Aaron. So Moses and Aaron went before the Pharaoh multiple times and told them that the Lord wanted him to set his people free, that they needed to go out into the wilderness. And he told him time and time again, and the Pharaoh continually said no. He said no to Moses every single time. Moses brought about through the Lord gnats and flies and locusts and darkness and death of all their livestock. He turned the water into blood. He did all these things to show Pharaoh that there was a God, that he was true, and that he loved his people and wanted Pharaoh to set them free from their slavery. Did Pharaoh listen though? No. There were 10 plagues in all that fell upon the land of Egypt, and Pharaoh didn't listen to a single one of them until it came to the last one. The last plague that fell upon Egypt was the death of the firstborn son. Now, every single family in Egypt, their firstborn son would die. But God was with his people and the people who believed in him. And through Moses, he was able to tell them how to save themselves. And so the firstborn of all the Hebrews was able to live. Yet even Pharaoh's own son, unfortunately, died. They didn't listen to God after he told them time and time again through Moses what they needed to do. They would not let the Hebrews go. So finally, Pharaoh let the Hebrews go. They went out to the wilderness with all their people and they tried to flee. But as they were fleeing, they came across the Red Sea. Now, usually when you come across a giant sea, there's no way to go across unless maybe through boats. Well, the Hebrews didn't have boats. So God used Moses to hold up his staff, and when his staff came up, the waters parted, and the Hebrews were able to go across. Now, while they were going through, Pharaoh changed his mind. He went to go and fight the Israelites, or the Hebrews, to come back and to force them back into slavery. But through God, that wasn't able to happen. Moses was able to lower his rod. All of his people passed through, but behind them, as the Egyptians tried to pass through, the waters came back down and drowned the Egyptians who were trying to kill the Hebrews. So the Hebrews were safe, and God lured them into the wilderness to be there for 40 years. And in the next video, we'll talk about that. So go ahead and like, subscribe, and go watch the next video.